Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The rebound. By Turner. And it's Indiana's ball. And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. Giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls, they've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
Holmgren. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Siakam.
And you know teams are going to be physical with Holmgren, but he's aggressive, and, boy, he plays with passion.
And so it's Halliburton who brings up the ball for the Pacers. Shot clock at 5. At the elbow, it's Siakam.
That's showing you that Siakam understands in pick and roll. If I can get myself to open space, I'll get an open shot.
Out to the right wing. Holmgren wide open. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
On the wing, Turner. Halliburton outside. Kicks it out to Siakam. No good on the triple. Here's Oklahoma City now. Poked away. And stolen by Siakam. Nesmith with the ball. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. And now a fast break for the
Well, you see the combination of Lou Dort at his best. Makes the steal, gets in transition, and scores it.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I talked with head coach Mark Dagnall. I asked him about the challenge of facing Miles Turner. He said this guy is a problem for our offense. Miles is an incredible shot blocker. You have to know where he is on the floor at all times. Now, we don't normally hear a coach talk about somebody's defense first, but Turner is that guy. Fellas?
Thank you, David.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Williams. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Halliburton. And finished off by Halliburton.
My goodness, how about that explosion? Halliburton takes off.
And the foul on Jarris Walker. That is his first foul of the game. To the paint. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Yeah, I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. Here's Neesmith. Outside for Halliburton. 5 to shoot. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. One guy who now seems to be a perennial MVP candidate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Doris. He is rocketing up the charts.
He is, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. He can consistently put 30 on you like it's absolutely nothing. He gives you everything else as well, including incredible leadership and great teammate skills.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul. Now Toppin. And the foul on Obi Toppin. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Pass to Holmgren. Over McConnell. Holmgren gets the bucket. 6 points for Chet Holmgren.
And once Holmgren gets the ball in there, he can finish in so many ways.
Walker with a clean look. Good. And McConnell gets the assist.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the trap.
Kept alive. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
79% on the line a season ago. Pretty consistent there as a free throw shooter. And something to like about Holmgren is his ability to run the floor. A 7-footer who can get up the court in a hurry and get to the rim before the D gets set.
Walker with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, the turnover by the Pacers. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first. And it's Caruso, top of the key. And there is a whistle. That goes on Andrew Nembhard. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Thunder have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. And so he hits both. 5 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Nembhard. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, bringing the quarter to a close with... And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
They have done a tremendous job of drawing contact and putting officials in a place where they simply have to make the call.
Now, here's McConnell. No scoring in this one. Stolen by McConnell. Wasted no time on that one.
A young guy who is ready to attack. Mathurin gets the ball and goes straight into his shot.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Pascal Siakam is nominally a power forward, but his versatility at both ends of the floor allows him to play a number of roles. Siakam says that's where the NBA has been going. It's always positionless basketball, and I feel like I can do anything. And in today's game, Kevin, that means tremendous value for Siakam. Back to you.
Doesn't it? My goodness, David, he is something else. Thank you very much. 5 on the clock. From outside the arc. The shot by Nembhard, no good.
got his hand out enough on that one to bother the three-point attempt. Great hustle on that one.
You know, we talk about this time and time again, trying to stay connected to shooters along the perimeter. Nicely done.
Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they stick together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation, and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
Holmgren. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
And the basket is good.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
He gets it in there. Pacers trail by 7. Pass to Toppin. Back to Nembhard. No good from outside.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmgren. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Here's Halliburton. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Well, you love when guards are unafraid to get to the painted area and finish. Go ahead, Tyrese.
Here's Nembhard. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Now just a 2-point Thunder lead. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, my goodness. How good was that move by Shai, creating a bucket? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Well, certainly with one of the more unique shots in the NBA, Halliburton gets it done.
You know, Kevin, credit to Halliburton and the organizations he's played for, because a lot of them would have changed or tried to rebuild their shot. Halliburton and his organizations knew the shot worked, and he stuck with it. And now he's one of the best shooters at his position.
And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Holmgren. And he uses the glass on the layup. That's 12 points for Chet Holmgren.
And I know everyone's thrilled to see Holmgren scoring so well. And this is the kind of effort that could carry on well throughout the year.
Pass to Walker. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Nembhard. He's got 5. And finished off by Halliburton.
Well, we're talking about a guard who's got some bounce. Tyrese Halliburton with the hops.
Yes, that goes in.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
From deep, Walker. Thunder with the rebound. Here's Caruso. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Pacers trail by 5. And when you think back to that Sabonis-Halliburton trade, Doris, it really worked out for both teams.
It's rare, Kevin, that you can talk about a quote win-win for both sides. Most trades are a little bit harder to evaluate because they involve more moving pieces. This was a straight-up one-to-one swap of young stars and positional fits for each side.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Back to Nesmith. Just 4 to shoot. Outside Turner. They get it again.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And Siakam has got the ball here for Indiana. It's a 5-point game. And he commits the intentional foul. Turner with it. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Pacers trail by 5. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. And, Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game. Pulling in the right direction.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Well, DB, it didn't take long, did it, for Holmgren to live up to his draft status?
Holmgren, Kevin, was an immediate impact player on both ends of the floor. At his size, to be able to shoot with range and the rim protection he provides, it was absolutely worth the wait for his team. This young man has got a toughness that has shocked even me.
And really, the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Here we are sizing up GA. Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Now, here's Nesmith. Clock is at 3. Trying to end the drought. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And the Pacers call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
The Thunder leading by 7. Wiggins inside the line. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars.
And a wide open look for Mathurin. And it's off from three-point range. Stolen by McConnell. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And Mathurin proving he can be unselfish, wanting to find his teammates.
And the foul on Jarris Walker. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Indiana on D. They trail by 7. Wiggins up top.
So you're talking about a combination of length and hops. Toppin does a good job staying connected defensively.
Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams. Williams, Doris, has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a #2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. The Thunder leading by 5 on the wing, Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Williams. And here is Caruso. Just 5 to shoot. The Thunder with another miss. And here's McConnell. Out to Turner. Wide open. And again, it's Indiana.
Well, you just love how Miles Turner goes right up with it, right? No hesitation, catch and shoot.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And they pick up 2. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 11.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 11 points in the game. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Timeout called the Pacers. And the Pacers, Doris, last season trading for Pascal Siakam to complement this hungry team.
And, Kevin, it's important in a couple of ways. First of all, he's a 2-time All-Star who's got a championship pedigree. The other part of this is Indiana is an equal opportunity offense, so they want to share the basketball. But Pascal brings individual playmaking and shot making, and sometimes that's a must-have in this league.
Timeout called the Pacers.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
Here's Halliburton. He's got 8. From down in the low post, it goes. Halliburton's got 10.
And since halftime, this has become an intense ball game.
They are getting after it hard. It has become a real battle out there.
Now, here's Holmgren. 12 points for him.
Now, that's got to excite Holmgren's fans. If he keeps improving his handles, watch out.
Nesmith can't get it to go. Up in time. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Thunder out in front. They're up by 5. And fourth. Three-tenths quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. The Thunder leading by 5. Holmgren in the corner. With the second effort, Pascal Siakam grabs the miss. To the inside. Toppin. Pass to Nesmith. Halliburton on the wing. He can't get it to go. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Chet Holmgren with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he just keeps hitting shot after shot. They need to design a way to deny him the basketball. Make someone else beat you.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during the last break talking with the team. They were asking the team to play faster, push the ball. Coach told their players, hey, look, in this league, fast break points are the easiest. We need more of them. Can't argue with that. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Back to Turner. On the wing, Mathurin. About that bucket. Mathurin's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Pacers.
And inside, Mathurin makes great use of his agility, developing some instincts for how to get around in traffic.
Inside, Siakam, good.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Thunder.
Credit them for not settling. I mean, they've been in attack mode off the whistle all game long, and thus far, it's paying off.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
Pass to Williams. And Aaron Nesmith gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander to the middle. Here's Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. On the wing, Mathurin. Shot clock at 3. Can't cash in from close range.
Listen, he's a confident player, but if you're going for that kind of finish, you better finish it.
Down low. Hartenstein. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's a 5-point Oklahoma City lead.
Nice pass by Lou Dort. You're playing in pick and roll, and your teammate's open, you find him. Nicely done.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Now, here is Halliburton. Now, Mathurin. Halliburton outside. Just 5 on the clock. There's Walker with the 3. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And that's an intentional foul. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
What you love about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is this young man's work ethic. He is a gym rat who's always looking for ways to improve.
So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Well, you like when a guy calmly steps up, knocks down the free throws, exactly what you want.
Turner for 3. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Pass to Holmgren. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
And the Pacers call time here. They trail by 9. 1:20 left in the fourth quarter. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And a wide open look for Siakam. That's good, and it's McConnell with the assist.
This is a guy with size and range. You cannot let Pascal Siakam get those kinds of looks from deep.
For 3, Holmgren. And stolen by Siakam.
This has reached desperation time for him.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
And wow, Mathurin, the youngster, making his presence known.
.44 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And that tacks another big point onto the league. Great and one play, showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
And the Pacers call time here. They're behind. 35 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Trying to stay alive, they've got to work quickly.
This is the very definition of desperation mode right now. They need a quick shot and a quick foul.
35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Nembhard. Dort grabs the miss. And so it's Dort with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. 6-point lead. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
Mathurin for 3.
And he's easily been their best rebounder tonight.
He's competed for every missed shot. Feels like he's quicker to the basketball than anyone else out there.
So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Hi, everyone. Here with analysts Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce, our reporter. Tip-off goes to the Thunder. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. From behind the arc. Pascal Siakam with a rebound.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
Here's Halliburton. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Holmgren. Siakam, right side. Back to Nesmith. Clock at 4. Shoots from the line. No good. A bit long that time.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Out of bounds. It'll be Oklahoma City's ball.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
First quarter, just over a minute played. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
Outside Nesmith. This one for 3. Doesn't go that time. And Holmgren's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Williams misses.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
To the inside. And then Turner with the dunk.
What athleticism from Turner. My goodness. He loves getting chances to throw it down like that.
Chet Holmgren with a nice move.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
2 points. That one goes.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And stolen by Hartenstein. Short. And he caps off the break with a monster slam.
You're making the slam look second nature. Once Dort sees the launching pad, he's ready to take off.
Outside Neesmith. Nails it from 3.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Pass to Hartenstein. Williams up top. Back to Hartenstein. Holmgren with it. Siakam covering. Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. The kick out to Walker. Halliburton outside. Clock at 6. Indiana needs to get a shot off. There's Neesmith with a 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Earlier, I spoke with Rick Carlisle. The topic was how he'll defend Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Coach was straightforward, saying Shai demands so much attention with the ball that he can work defense. We'll need to stay disciplined and not get caught watching the play. We'll see how that approach works out for them, guys.
Allie, thank you. Connects from downtown.
A guard who can do it all. Halliburton is solid at feeding the rock to his guys.
Good work there as it goes.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Pass to Turner. Outside Neesmith. And here's Halliburton. Back to Neesmith. And here's Siakam for 3. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Shoots over Turner.
Oh, these arms of Turner just go on forever. I mean, which is part of the reason he's able to rack up the block shots that he does.
Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. And another miss by Oklahoma City. And that does it for the first quarter. Oklahoma City ahead. Up by. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away. The inside area is their territory.
Another thing they're doing well early on is passing the ball, spreading it around the floor and feeding guys who are well set up to score.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
Energy throw down that time by Halliburton, not wasting any time or motion.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he's thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Walker, a good look. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound. Here's Wiggins. Finished off the break.
Yeah, such a smart player. Jalen Williams making people around him better.
Time called here. The Pacers decide to talk it over. Pacers started last season all offense, Grant, but even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end, and there's no question they have the tools to do it.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Nembhard outside. And stolen by Williams. Here's Dort. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Running the show, Gilgeous-Alexander is talented as a passer.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the Olympic pick back in 2018, has developed to the point where he is in the MVP conversation. His coach, Mark Daigneault, said he's improved every year. He's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror, he sees what he needs to improve on, and then he works at it. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. And it's McConnell on the drive. On the wing, Nembhard. And it's out of bounds to Indiana.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Now here's Nesmith. He has 6. Shot clock at 2. And he can't stop the run as that one misses.
Great job of closing the space and getting a hand up.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
Pass to Nembhard. Lets it fly. He squares up and sinks it. Thunder leading by 13. And there's a whistle. That goes on Pascal Siakam. That's his first foul.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Here's Shepard. Pass to Mathurin. Here's Shepard. Dort defending. And it's Shepard missing. And it's Dort with the ball for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. The Thunder with another miss. Pacers trail by 13. Pass to Bryant. A minute and a half left in the half. And a missed layup. Here's Holmgren. And Toppin pulls it down.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one. He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Well, Clark, talking about Benedict Mathurin, he's another great young Canadian player.
Yeah, they've got a ton of them coming from north of the border, PA. I mean, Mathurin, you got R.J. Barrett, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, at this point, you could probably fill a couple of rosters with high-level players that come from Canada.
And in transition, Holmgren has speed, but he also plays under control.
The 3. Bullseye! Chet hitting for 3.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Releases. And it's Mathurin missing. Thunder leading by 15. Dort for 3. They get it again. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Second chance shot. And the layup is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10 points in the game.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less. Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
Here's Wallace. And so it's Oklahoma City. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Here's Halliburton. Pass to Nembhard. Now Nesmith. That one goes in. Give him 8 points now. Thunder leading by 13. Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
And here are the Pacers now. The Thunder making their last shot. Pass to Turner. Offline with a 3. Here's Caruso. No luck on that one.
A perfect example of how to protect the rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Now here's Halliburton. Checked by Mitchell. Here's Turner. He can't get that one to fall. Some solid defense from Williams. And that one's good. Holmgren. Holmgren's got 13 now.
And this is why so many are high on Holmgren. His ability to dominate games with his scoring.
Here's Nesmith. Williams grabs the board. Oklahoma City leading by 17. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Pacers love to push it up. Tyrese Halliburton said it's our biggest strength. Teams don't want to run with us. They know when you play us, have your track shoes ready. Especially if you're coming off of a back-to-back or you have a packed schedule. You do not want to see us. Brian, they have their identity.
No doubt about that, and it starts with him. Williams misses.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Siakam. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
Inside, Siakam gets the better of the defense using his agility, clearing himself a path to a shot.
And you think about the value Andrew Nembhard provides. Clark, he really excels at running the offense.
He's the quintessential point guard, B.A. Has a great feel for setting up his teammates for what they're trying to get done. Plays with tremendous pace and great confidence. Typically doesn't over-dribble and is unafraid of any moment.
Here's Caruso. After the basket by Indiana. To the paint. Here's Williams. Pass to Wallace. Now here's Caruso. Halliburton with the steal. There's Nesmith with the 3. Williams grabs the board. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. From deep, Holmgren. That one's off for him. 6 for 11 now. The drive by Nembhard. Siakam outside. Pass to Turner. Shot clock at 6. Neesmith's shot is off. Oklahoma City leading by 14. And here's Caruso outside. And it's Miles Turner with the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Indiana on D. The 3 from Holmgren. The Thunder with another miss.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Good. Toppin's got his first 2 points.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
And for some reason, they decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 10 points for him. They swipe it. And they're pushing it up. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Thunder leading by 13. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA doing his thing in close.
So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
And here's Toppin from the arc. And so it's Oklahoma City liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Indiana. Toppin outside. Back to Turner. And a miss there on the triple.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. And the Thunder lead by 18.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first. Boy, that's a rebounding clinic right there. He boxed out and then went up aggressively and strong for it.
Down low. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's off from three-point range. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Pass to McConnell. Four on the clock. Now Mathurin. He's covered by Holmgren. Holmgren with the block.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Well, they did a tremendous job keeping guys fresh. Their aggressiveness took over, showcased by their points off the fast break.
And the defense has been disruptive, forcing turnovers, challenging shots. The turnovers they've been able to turn into points, too.
Pass to Neesmith. Misses the three.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy. Yeah, and the rookie is showing up. Holmgren forces his way through and gets the and one opportunity.
And the free throw, no good. And here's Indiana now. They have yet to score here in the fourth. And the basket by Halliburton.
Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
Count it. Good.
A clever scorer who reads the floor beautifully. The floater is just one of many ways Gilgeous-Alexander can beat you.
Out to the right wing. Here's Siakam. And Siakam with the slam.
A bit undersized, his hops make him a legit small ball 4.
And that's an intentional foul. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. The three from Holmgren. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Holmgren's got 5 points in the quarter.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
Caruso misses. And Siakam has got the ball here for the Pacers. Oh, they get a hand on it. Pass to Nesmith. Tries it from the block. That one a little long. Thunder leading by 23. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The rebound by Nembhard. Halliburton outside. And here's Nembhard. Dort defending. Halliburton with the ball. 6 to shoot. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Thunder.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Chet Holmgren.
And, you know, there was no stopping him tonight. Whenever he got the ball, he was looking to score, and rightly so.
Outside for Dort. The three is up. Indiana with a rebound. There's 49 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Halliburton. Oh, he misses the reverse.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play. Yeah, I think he's letting his emotions get the better of him on that foul.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
And here's Caruso outside. The rebound by Turner. Here's Nembhard. The Pacers again can't hit. The drive by Dort. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
And it's the Thunder